Welcome to part two. We should be joined by Ryan any second. I'm just getting used to my new brick top bins, my goggles. Here we go. Here's Ryan. How you doing, lad? You there, mate?
Parky, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. You there?
Sorry, pal. Yeah, all
No
good,
problem.
mate. All good.
Picking up from what we were talking about then, I ain't got a problem with Tyson being number one in Ring Magazine. I do give Tyson a bit of stick on here because he comes out with a load of nonsense and all this GOAT stuff and all that. And his CV don't match up to hype and money he's had out of that job. He has overachieved financially, and a lot of them belts he's pinched at the right time, in my opinion. But he's won everything, and I ain't got a problem with him being number one. People might say, "Oh, you're going soft on him," but no. Well, who would you put above him? He's only been beat one. He's been beat twice, but he's only been beat by one man, hasn't he? So now I ain't got a problem with that. Have you, Ryan? Got a problem with that?
Not at all, mate. Not at all. Like I said it the other week to you, mate. Big fan. I only wish he realised how good he was, and then he'd fight better competition.
Yeah. Oh, like the old Berghaus you've got on there. I'm a Berghaus fan.
Nice and warm, mate.
Keep you warm, then, mate, don't they?
This is it, mate.
Keep you warm. Let's have a look. Bivol and Benavidez. Let me just pour this water in my coffee. Tell me what you think to Bivol Benavidez being ordered by Jose Sullivan or Jose Sullivan.
Oh, that's oh fucking hell! I think that's a bad fight for Benavidez, you know, but because he struggled with, he not struggled, he won clearly. What was his name now? The Nail, the lad who we fought at light heavyweight last, who better be have retired for a few years. But
I don't know his name.
The Nail. I knew his nickname, but he was.
Who Benavidez beat?
He beat him. Yeah, he beat him fairly comfortably, but it wasn't easy as it is at super middleweight.
But it planned.
No. Alexander the Nail. I want to say Vosdik or something like that. Robert Garcia used to train him, and he better be have absolutely smashed him to bits. And stopped him in 9, and he came out of retirement after a few years and fought Benavidez at light heavyweight in his light heavyweight debut. And Bivol's like a better, much better, slicker, stronger version of him. So that'll be an hard fight for Benavidez, but
Gvozdyk.
Gvozdyk. Yeah, sorry.
He beat him on. He went, but Bosnick took in 12 rounds.
Yeah. Well, he won an easy fight. I mean, I scored it. I think I had it 8-4, Benavidez in the end. But
Callum Plant took him 12 as well, though, didn't he? But it's basically his record, same as Boute's was before he fought Froch, 30-0, 24 on Button Moon. But Benavidez is only 28-year-old, isn't he? They call him Monster, don't they? Nicknamed the Monster Bandera Roja, whatever that means. But,
something red. Something red bandit or something like that. I think he means in Spanish.
Look, I think it's a great fight. Gary, my pal from Welcome Estates, big shout out, Gary. Gary, he's a massive. Him and Sparkling John from Welcome, they're massive David Benavidez fans, massive. And I don't think he gets a rubber green. I always think he's kind of like avoided myself. Do you, Ryan?
By Canelo, yeah, he's been avoided by Canelo, but all of the boys, the other lads at super middleweight have had it with him. They've just been punched up, differently, haven't they? He's a brilliant fighter, great offense. His feet are good as well for a big lad.
Yeah.
But do you think Bivol beats him? What do you think of that?
Do you know what? It's a little bit like a better Beeve fight for Bivol. A big puncher against a slickster. He's the slickster, Bivol. He always seems to me like he's a counter puncher, isn't he, Bivol?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't got a problem with fighting backwards, but he can also come forward and do it. But he's not a massive punching Bivol. I don't think he's got enough power to get Benavidez respect. But he could also box Benavidez's ears off because Bivol's better than anybody that he's been in with. But Benavidez couldn't get Gvozdyk out there, could he? He couldn't get Plant out. He couldn't get Andrade. Oh, sorry, he did get Andrade out.
He did get Plant out as well.
No, he didn't. It was a unanimous decision. Plant 115, 113, 116, 112, 117, 11. Yeah,
it wasn't that close. They battered him.
Well, that's what they give you. I know that was for interim, wasn't it? And he couldn't get that Ronald Gavril out. You know what I mean? He went the distance with him, and
Gavril dropped him.
Yeah, but he did go distance with him. No, 12 rounds. I'd put a Bivol as a favourite in a 116, 112, something like that. But see, that's just me, innit? But Bivol's best guy he's been in with if they fight it. But do we want to see a trilogy with that though?
I'd rather watch him fight Benavidez now.
I would.
I've seen that twice.
I'd like to see that. Going back to the Ben Eubank thing, should that be sanctioned, really? Would that be sanctioned if they weren't Ben and Eubank?
No, like I said, I don't want to, you know what, you're a boxing guy, and this is why I like, not to blow smoke, this is why I like this channel, because people, they know boxing, they know what they're talking about. A lot of my friends, they're just casuals, and they're like getting that. And I'm like, no. Like, what you have to think about is levels. And it just shouldn't be sanctioned. I know that's not me being a miserable bastard. Yeah. That's just me being, I don't want people getting hurt. I don't want boxing being in bad light at all. Respect for them for doing the fight and all the rest of it. But no, it shouldn't be sanctioned, mate. Not at all.
Okay. Bacoli, Dubois and Parker, we've spoke about that. Does it still leave a bad taste in your mouth how it was all handled, Ryan?
Yeah, and I'm gutted because I've really I did feel sorry for Shalom loads over how he gets treated more often than not. But this last week specifically, his personality's come out a little bit more, and you think, I really want to see him do well. Like I did anyway, but I don't think he's the man for the job. But he should not have let his guy take that fight. It shouldn't have even been proposed to Billy Nelson or Martin Bacoli. It shouldn't. Yeah. So, a bit of a shitty taste, mate.
Okay. The rehydration clause, it's now been bumped up from £10 to £12, but why are they putting clauses in fights when it's not a world title fight? Why is Eddie Hills, why is he doing that? When it's not a world title, why do you feel like you need to meddle with this? Let them rehydrate to what they want to do. I mean, Ben's saying he walks around at 175 to 180 and Eubank's no problem to him. But they're also saying it's same breath. He's a welterweight. But I'm going to say, as I've said before, I'll say it again. He's not fought at that weight for 3 years. But why are they putting rehydration clauses in a fight? It's now up to £12. But why anyway? It's not a title fight.
It's weird. I don't know what. Again, they're just trying to get any advantage. And I appreciate what they're trying to do. I'm confident Eddie Hearn don't want his man to get beat, but they're just trying to do whatever they can to lessen Eubank's chances of sparking Ben out. I think that is what it boils down to. Do you not think, when you have a look at Conor Benn, like I said, he looked like a midget on that pitch. He looked like a little boy. Ricky Hatton was bigger than him. Ricky Hatton's bigger than Conor Benn. Ricky Hatton had a bigger frame than Conor Benn. Conor Benn to me looks like, O'Hara Davis was a bigger lad than Conor Benn. And O'Hara fought at 10 stone. I look at Conor Benn and I think, you're a 10 stone fighter. You're not you're definitely not a light middleweight. Yeah. But you're not even a welterweight.
No, you ain't, mate, is it? No, you ain't.
It was only something that hit me 2 days ago when I just thought, and then I started having a look at other stuff, and you're not even a welterweight. So,
let me just check this last night. Did you see all the planets last night? aligned themselves at the same time, all of them, at about 7 o'clock last night. Did you see it? You know,
I didn't, mate. Nah.
Mercury, Neptune, Mars, and everything. Yeah, it's not going to happen now for so many more years or something. Is it 16 year or something or whatever? But didn't you see it last night?
No, I didn't, mate. No.
No, you'll have to Google it, won't you? Just Google planets aligned YouTube. Yeah, watch. Am I
Oh,
boring, sod here?
not at all, mate. I'm into stuff like that, to be honest. But when I have my boy, it's I have to do whatever he says.
Telescope, yeah. I'm not an astrologer though, but I thought I'd get that in. Give somebody some to talk about in comment section. Right, getting back to the rehydration clause, it's £12. If Eubank's got a problem with it, why sign it? Why sign for the fight if it bothers you that much?
I don't think he does. I think it's more his dad that's asked about it, innit?
Well, you know his dad's got a massive point, and that were the Hearns' fault. Now, back in the day, Michael Watson and Eubank fought the first time. Watson flogged him, but he didn't get the decision. The rematch was for a 168 belt, right, a vacant belt, but Barry Hearn inserted a clause in the contract. You're going to fight at 164. Right? So they made the weight at 164. Now, Michael Watson, sadly, got injured. He won every round in that fight. But was that £4 that they weren't allowed to put on, you know, because of these clauses and fines and stuff like that, whatever they put in their contract? The fight was made at 164 for a 168 belt. Haven't they learned anything from that? And also, haven't they learned anything from the Kell Golovkin one when he got his eyes smashed to pieces? Yeah. Why don't Eubank just come in heavy and pay the fine? But like I said, Michael Watson got injured, and that extra £4 could have made the difference, couldn't it? Because the last bit you lose is the fluid around.
Yeah, that's all
you know what I mean? So the last bit of weight. I just wonder what you thought about that. Do you think that's why Eubank Senior, or English as he's known, is speaking?
Yeah. 100%, mate. Yeah, I think he is. I think he'll know as well that his son will beat Conor Benn. But after seeing what Liam Smith did to him when he did drag the weight down, he has a valid point. But these Hearns, mate, like I said, I was a fan of Eddie Hearn. They're not good people. They're not good people. They're in it to make money for themselves. They're not in it for the love of the sport.
No.
You can argue I go to work. I love my job. I'm there for me. In as much as I'm there for my company, I'm there for me. And you have to play that into part with what Eddie Hearn does, Frank Warren does. But when you look at Frank Warren actually gives a toss, in my opinion. I always get the impression that he cares, and if someone gets beat like at Dubois, not just once but twice, he works with them, and he does his best to navigate them so they get as much money out of the job as they possibly can, and they have as good of a career as they can. Whereas Eddie Hearn, if you get beat once or twice, well, that's it. Fuck you. Not bothered about you. And he don't care who he throws his men in with. Whereas Frank Warren, he steers him in the right way. His matchmaking is phenomenal, in my opinion.
Big shout out Steve Furness, matchmaker for Bricktop. Very good.
Sorry, mate. Yeah. I should have done that myself. Apologies. But yeah, like I'm not, licking Bricktop's arse there or anything, but just when you're a young fighter, if you're having a look at what Eddie Hearn does with people, he's sold Callum Smith down the river, in my opinion.
They never delivered a world title for him because it was Joe Gallagher and Calla Sauerland that got him the belt.
Exactly. Moreover, I mean, how much preparation time did he get for the Canelo Alvarez fight? I'm sure it was like 3-4 weeks. Mm-hmm. And that's Eddie Hearn. Again, he's great at what he does. He's a phenomenal business guy. But these people are not there to help you. They're not there to do good for you. They're there to align their own pockets and rip you off. Whereas, again, in my opinion, Frank Warren, obviously he's there for himself. Let's not beat around the bush, but he's there to help you.
He's a bit more patient with how he brings them on, Frank Warren, isn't he?
100%.
Whereas Eddie's a bit more crash bang wallop. Let's get what we can out of them. Ring him out there and discard him like Campbell Hatton. He's no good to me now, Campbell Hatton. We're on to the next one. Time is money, in it. That's why they don't like legal issues. They just prefer to get down to business. In 5 years from now, will Crusher Benn and Eddie Hills, will they be friends?
Something will happen there. There'll be a fallout there at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll fall out.
Yeah, I know they will, because that's how boxing is. I used to see people come in Dennis's office, and I've always loved you, Dennis. And Dennis is like, I've always loved you. And then 6 months down the line, like, I've always hated you, Dennis, and I don't like thee. Although Dennis's way of saying he don't like thee is, do you know what? I'm not enjoying it working with you. That's what Dennis used to say. So they always leave the door open. Whereas I just say, I don't like him. He's a CUNT then. Dennis says, hey, you can't speak like that. Just say, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not enjoying it no more. But that means, in Dennis's world, F off. Is Eddie now 7-0, 5 by way of after the Ben Shalom push? The 7-0 Iceman. In the blue corner from Billericay, the 7-0 Iceman, 5 by way of Eddie Hills.
Fucking Eddie. Love it if Ben Shalom. I know Shalom ain't got it in the locker, but if he'd just gone bang, just stuck one right on him.
Have you got a vape there?
Yeah, mate, it's bad as well. You know, I've never smoked cigarettes.
Them, more than fags.
Mate, they're well bad. They're really bad. And I keep thinking to myself, right, you don't smoke. What you doing, you tramp? Right. And I'm a tight bastard, and they're £8 a go.
Yeah, they're not cheap. That's just for a refill, isn't it?
I don't even buy the refills because I can't justify it yet. So I'm buying separate ones every morning, mate. Daft. I
don't know.
I'll fix up. I'm
surrounded by vapes, mate. I can assure you they are addictive. Has Ben, Crusher Ben, has he proved his innocence? Yes or no?
Oh, 100%, mate. He spent nearly £1 million proving his innocence. How can you even, come to me with that kind of a proposal?
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
As he's a worm of a man, mate. Honestly, you know what? He'd put my lights clean out, but I'd tell him straight to his face, lad, you are full of broken biscuits. You just admit it. You know what? You're more of a man if you say, yeah, you know what? I did it. You'll feel good for it. Nobody will question you again. They'll just say you're a cheating bastard, but you can rest easy. You're not having to lie to no one. But he hasn't proved nothing to me, mate. Why has he proved something to you?
No, nothing to me. I don't like him anyway. I don't like any drug cheats in boxing, especially two-time drug cheats that have got clomiphene in your system. This is how I look at it, right? Was clomiphene found in your system twice? Yes or no? Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. How did it get there? And why have you not received a ban? Because of strict liability. Right. You're not owning up. So these are very simple questions that hopefully, and I think he will, Carl Froch will ask him when he interviews him in the next couple of days, because if he doesn't, well, what's the point in having an interview with him? What are you going to do? Tickle his arsehole? No, we want to hear these questions. Very simple questions, Carl. Was clomiphene in your system, Conor? How did it get there? What about strict liability? And why have you not received a ban? And why is the silence on some of the issues around this that you can't talk about the legal issues? Because you've got clomiphene in your system. It's been found in your system twice. So these are very simple questions. We don't need a 50-minute sit-down like Darren Barker's, which were an hour and a half, by the way. We don't need these 50 to 90-minute sit-downs with Darren Barker, who's employed by Matchroom, or any other former world champions, asking questions. We don't need the big sit-downs where you're not going to get to the heart of the matter. It's very simple. You can do it in 5 minutes flat. Was the clomiphene in your system? Yes. How did it get there? Can't talk about it, they're saying. What about strict liability? Are you going to own up to it? Can't talk about it. And why have you not been given a ban? Because you still fought twice as a light middleweight in this period. So to me, it's all messed up and it leaves a bad taste. You know,
But I tell you what, mate, if he was eating the amount of eggs that they suggested as well, he won half pen and ink. Jesus.
But another question they could ask him is, he would if for eating all the eggs. The WBC said we're going to clear him because it's all eggs. Crusher went, no, it ain't eggs. So he even said the int instead of saying, going along with that. And why are you still in the rankings for the welterweight with the WBC when you've not fought at that weight for 3 years? You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Very, very simple. I could tear him apart with 6 or 7 questions in 10 minutes flat. Darren Barker, they're the questions that you should have asked. And I know Carl Froch will ask them questions because if he don't,
do you think he will?
Having the interview.
Do you think he will ask?
Well, I'd like to think knowing him as I do, he will. But if he don't, I'd be very, very disappointed. I won't be able to defend that on here because I got slaughtered, wouldn't I? And we're talking 18-year friendship, aren't we? On his number, 18 years. So how could I defend that? I couldn't. I'd have to give my opinion on here, wouldn't I? Because that's what we do on here, don't we? If I can stick it to Big Ron in his office in interviews, I used to stick it to him all the time. And Big Ron would batter it off because that's what they do, don't they? But if Carl asked him, it'd be a bit harder for him because he's good friends with Tony Sims. That was his corner man all his career with McCracken. But you've got to put that aside now if you're working in the media and go after him. And say, look, Carl never failed a test. You failed 2 tests. How's it got in your system? What about strict liability? You said it wasn't eggs after WB said it were eggs. So what was it? They're not hard questions to ask. Do you see where I'm coming from? And why are you still in WBC rankings as a welterweight when you've not fought at that weight for 3 years? These are not hard questions, but they all pussyfoot around it. So, well, let's see. He's going to get his moment, the Cobra, and I want to see him go after him. After all the big chat we've all heard, but let's see. I mean, we didn't see him go after Turkey, but he's not a fighter. He's paying them all, so I can understand that. So I'm going to give him a pass on the Turkey interview. I can't on this. If he don't, I will have to go full steam ahead. And it's sad, isn't it? Well, I have to go with what I believe in with my principles with this. So if you get in the big sit down with him, like Barker did, let's see some proper questions. Let's not see any scripted bullshit. You know, like Darren Barker. Oh, Conor, now you've proved your innocence. What next? Proved your innocence? What?
It was minging that interview,
mate. Do me a favour. Do you know what I mean? So I want to see him go after him. So, but the main thing is why the silence because what happens is when you get him tongue-tied, he just goes, I can't talk about that for legal issues. That's what politicians say. You're not a politician. You're a privately school educated little brat who's took up boxing off back of your dad's name. Area English, British, Commonwealth, European and world title. You've not won any of them belts. That TalkSport keeps saying they're nicking my lines. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Pinching all my one-liners and making them out as their own. But it doesn't matter because it all comes from here. That's all I'm bothered about. But are the WBC brassers? Yes or no?
Mate, I was just going to say to you then, does it not sicken you as an out-and-out boxing man that a Conor Benn is ranked, third in the WBC and could possibly get an opportunity to fight for the same title that Sugar Ray Leonard's held, that Floyd Mayweather's held, that Thomas Hearns has held? Like, that is so bad for boxing. Like, it's horrendous.
Horrendous. It's awful, isn't it? Absolutely awful. But
I don't know what's going on with the sport, mate. I really don't have a clue. Obviously, I appreciate money, but the business model of the UFC, like, just dictates that this kind of shit don't happen. And I'm not really mad interested on that MMA shit, but I appreciate what they've done. Like, and if you're ranked based on credibility, based on opponents that you fought and beat, like, and the matchmaking's like you're in. It has to be a good fight. You can't duck and dodge. If you duck and dodge, you're out the door, going up the road, go to another shit organisation. Like, it'd be amazing if boxing could be like that. Amazing.
I'd like the IBO to call mandatories, me, because that guy who runs that, he's not a bad fella, but they don't do mandatories, and that's why people always panic. But then again, other organisations do mandatories. They're doing what they want anyway with them. They're putting rematch clauses. So there's ways around everything. They reinvent the wheel, don't they, with these rules? Yeah. But my argument with all this is simple. Where's the 274-page dossier? Their words, not ours. Their words. Now, they were going to pull it out in the Piers Morgan interview, but that was 2 years ago. We're still waiting. Maybe the Cobra will ask him, eh? Who knows?
Maybe he'll show Carl.
Hey?
Maybe he'll show Carl an exclusive on Frotch on Fighting.
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see. He's got his big moment now. So it's very simple. I've put the questions out here, what Carl should ask. And we're going to see, aren't we? Because, I don't know, it's... will the fight happen, Ben Eubank? The Septics are saying that Eubank's going to mess them about and drag it out to get rid of the rehydration clause and make it even bigger for later in the year. If he did, oh my God. I mean, what if he got injured, Eubank? Nobody would believe him anyway at this stage of the game, would they?
I won't believe him, mate. I won't believe him at all. But that'd be funny, though. It would be funny. I'm not paying to watch the fight, and I would feel bad for people who are paying to watch it. But there's going to be something will happen.
Okay, we'll finish off on this one then. Lastly, mountain bike. I tell you what, it's looking a bit cold, isn't it? It could be a glove job. I think I might.
It is a glove job, today, mate.
I might put the old Big Ron woolly hat on. I don't know if you remember that company. Remember Pow? It used to be Ryan Rhodes' company. It went under, didn't it?
It should go under with a logo like that. Fuck me.
They were doing good stuff. I might put the old Big Ron woolly hat on when I do the old bike run. We'll finish off on this then. Lastly, should I have one troll day a month where I give the opportunity to all these trolls who keep clogging up the inbox and miss spam, the opportunity to come on here, show their face, and let's see what they've got to say. How about all you trolls out there? Because you're clogging up the inbox. So I'm going to give you a special day, one day a month. Would you be interested, trolls, in coming on here and letting us have a good look at you? Let's see what you're all about. Let's hear your story. What do you think?
You doorstep him. Fuck, you won't allow.
I can't know more, mate. I can't know more because
you would 100% turn up at someone's door.
Yeah, over your way, that one in Bury. The one in Bury. The one I went to one in Bury. I forgot his name now. Is that unimportant? But there were one in Bury I went to. Some lads in Bury, a couple of cage fighters I know. One of them told me where they were. I went to his house. What's his name now? It'll come to me. But I went and banged on the door, mate, and I went in his local as well, and on my own as well. And he crumbled. I forgot his name now, but it'll Ozzy Smith knows him. Ozzy Smith knows, but he absolutely wet his pants. But yeah, we're up for it. The worst thing that can happen is you get knocked out, innit? Do you know what I mean? So my teeth are insured as well, so I'll be all right. But yeah, he got a little bit personal. He said something about my children, so and I won't have that. So my little boy's autistic, and so I'm going to have that. So, but yeah,
autism, mate.
I lost my rag on that one, but hey ho. But what can you do? But yeah, should we have a special troll day?
Do it, mate. Do it. I just don't think you. I don't think you're the guy for that. I think you'll go mad. Someone's you're gonna slap someone. If they live in South Yorkshire, and they're stupid enough to come on, you're gonna end up. You'll get a year straight. Yeah, you'll do a year.
Well, I always say to them, everybody knows where studio is. It's smack opposite Junior Witter's gym. Just pop down any time and press the buzzer, and I'll come down and greet you. I've even told that big dosser, Joe Egan, you're welcome down any time, Joe. Come and see me. The water's lovely. coming in. But, he can't even get his coat on, Joe Egan, and he's squealing for a fight with Mickey Theo. Can't even get his coat on properly, Ryan. So they just want to rip people off, don't they, and get a few quid out of the job.
Yeah, they do, mate.
We don't have this big fighting man, yeah. Oh my God, all these big fighting men. Mick's not even had a fight yet. He's been squealing for one with John Fury. There's plenty of other people that will oblige him, isn't there? It doesn't seem to be happening, do they? These big fighting men.
I'm right here for that thieving bastard, mate. Yeah, 100%. Let's have it, Mick. You fucking ugly cunt.
Hey,
I tell you what as well, sorry. Hey, what's his name now? This bare knuckle lad. Danny Christie. He turned up. Yeah, he's actually decent as well, and he's a good lad. Like, he's good for he's an ex-addict and all the rest of it, and he's turned his life around. Really good guy. He turned up at Stainforth. It was
Stainforth in Donny.
Yeah. It looked fucking moody as well around there. He turned up for that Brett May, lad, the other week.
Did he? Are they going to have a fight then too?
No, mate. No, that Brett May didn't. He didn't turn up first and foremost, and he gave this fucking Danny Christie the postcode. Fair play to Christie. Travelled all the way from Carlisle.
Did he?
So, yeah. It was a fucking one-stop shop in the middle of Stainforth. Yeah.
I don't know that Brett actually. I mean, he's a tough kid, but I don't really know him.
He's a big lad. He's a big fucking lad. But the fight's been cancelled. Apparently, the Barnsley Metrodome or something won't have it. But funny as fuck, though, mate. You should have a look at it all. It's
you have to send me a link. I'll have a little look.
I'll show it you, mate. But that's that trolling. I think that Brett was sort of trolling and mentioned this Danny's lady or something along those lines. Ooh. And then one of my pals sent me a link to it, and I thought, fucking hell, fair play to the cunt. But
he can have a fight, that Danny, though. I've seen him fight Decker.
Yeah, he was on the fight as well, wasn't he? He's long in that Decker. Fucking hell. That's a bad lad, that. That's a very bad lad. But no, that Christie, I rated him, actually. He's got a good... You can tell that he's boxed as an amateur. He fought what's that? It was a Scouse lad who was a big puncher who fought for Frank Warren. And he boxed him as an amateur, I believe.
Yeah.
So he's obviously half decent, do you know what I mean? But fair fucks to him turning up in Doncaster for trolling.
Yeah, well, sometimes people take the bait, don't they? So
you do indeed, my mate. Well, listen, I'll love you and leave you, mate. You enjoy the rest of your weekend, yeah?
Thank you very much, Ryan. You take care.
God bless, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Well, that were Ryan from over in Lancashire. I bet he'll be having some Lancashire hot pot on some. Do you know what? I fancy some of that myself. It's not bad, actually. Big shout out to my mate Frank in Bury. Hope you're well, Frank. And Dave and Danny. Hope you're well, chaps. I keep saying I'm going to pop and see you. I will in the next few weeks. Get down that motorway. And that's about it, really. I'm going to shut it down there for the weekend. We will return in the week. All right? To get a rest now, because I think 70 videos for February. I think we battered it, didn't we, really? And there's a couple on board here for the beginning of that month for March, but I think I need a break. We'll start looking at some of these planets on YouTube. Get me head into something else, or what's the other thing I keep watching? Ships. I keep looking at ships, battleships and that. I'm a great YouTube head, aren't I? Just something a bit interesting. It's a bit better than taking drugs, isn't it, and getting out your face. So, okie doke. I think I'm going to get the old rags on now and get the old mountain bike out. It looks really cold. I keep thinking, do I want to do the old Marvin Aglow? Who wants to go outside when you're wearing silk pajamas or baseball tops? All right. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. We'll return in the week with the chaps. Anthony, who's won the 100 quid for February. I'll be having Kent on. Peter De Freitas, hopefully, he's a good guy. Canada Bob. Andy, don't forget Andy. Andy's Cavern, YouTube. Give him a subscribe and watch his stuff. Canada's boxing channel, YouTube. That's Bob's channel. He's part of commission now. Cameron's back in the seat, so we'll get the pictures on the website. Cameron, don't be a dosser. When I send you a voice text asking you to put the pictures on the website, I expect you to do it straight away when you say, yeah, okay. And 2 days later, it's not up. I know I'm a bit ADHD and I like things done straight away, but don't be a dosser all your life. Just because you've got a bit of a tech deal out there in Saudi. He put him at bottom at pile, Cameron. The bearded wonder. Right. On. Peace out.